Definitely the worst thing ever. Judy's day was off to a grouchy start. This was the day that Stink, her once smelly, souled dirt for moon dust brother, was going with his class to Washington, D.C. to see the president's house. She found out Mom and Dad were going too as chaperones. Yours truly had to stay home and finish her me collage. She, Judy Moody, still had several bald spots to fill. I think my brain has a leak, Judy told her family. I can't think of one more interesting thing to put on my collage. Judy sank down in the family room couch like a balloon that had lost 3 days' air. Interesting things could happen to me better in Washington, D.C., said Judy. You know, it's just for the second grade classes, honey, said Mom. Roar, was all she said. We might be home late, Dad told her. You can go to Rocky's after school. You two can finish up your projects together. You'll have fun, said Mom. And aren't you going to assemble an assembly today for Brush Your Teeth Week? How could she forget? One more reason to be grouchy. Stink got to rub elbows with the president while she, Judy Moody, would be shaking the hands of Mr. Tooth and Mrs. Floss. Stink waddled into the family room wrapped in a red and white striped tablecloth, looking like he just got hit by a flying picnic. What's that? Asked Judy. It's a costume for You Are the Flag project. I'm the flag? Stink, you're not supposed to be the flag. You're supposed to tell what the flag means to you. To me, it means I am the flag. What's on your head? A hat. See? Each star is a state, like on the flag. There's one for all 48 states. Guess what? There are 50 states, Stink. Nuh-uh, I counted. I crossed them off on my map. Count again, Judy said. You probably forgot Hawaii and Alaska. Do you think the president will notice? Asked Stink. Stink, the president just about made the states. He'll notice. Okay. I'll stick 2 more on. Every other second grader writes a flag poem or draws a picture for You Are the Flag. My brother's a human flag. What's wrong with that? You look like a star-spangled mummy and walk like a banana. That's what. I get to see a room where everything is made of real gold. Even the curtains and bedspreads. Heather Strong says the lamps are made of diamonds. Heather Strong lies, said Judy. It was no use. She would have to change her me collage. Frank's birthday party was no longer the worst thing ever. Frank Pearl ate paste for a dare, and he gave her a baby food jar and 6 ants and a fly for jaws. Not meeting the president of her own United 50 States was absolutely positively the worst thing that ever happened. Her whole family, including her brother, the human flag, was going to Washington, D.C., while she, Judy Moody, would be listening to a talking tooth. So all she gets to do is go to an assembly at school, and she feels a little bit gypped because she wants to be with her brother meeting the president. All right, the funniest thing ever. It was pouring outside. Judy's dad would not let her leave for school without an umbrella, and the only one she could find was her first grade yellow ducky one. She wouldn't open a baby umbrella, so she got soaked clear through. The sun is probably shining over the president's house this second, she thought. She felt like a bike left out in the rain. That's a figure of speech. That's like saying that she feels like she's kind of getting rained on while her family is having lots of fun, because bikes shouldn't be left out in the rain. Frank wants to come over after school too, Rocky told her on the bus, and I have a brand new $10 bill from Nene. We can go to Vic's after school and buy something really rare. Do they have any real gold at Vic's? Was all she said. In spelling, Judy wrote weasels when Mr. Todd had really said measles. In science, when Jessica Finch threw Judy the ball of yarn for their giant spider web, she dropped it. It rolled out the door just when Mrs. Tuxedo, the principal, walked past in high heels. And at the Brush Your Teeth Week assembly, Mr. Tooth picked Judy to be a cavity on stage in front of the whole school. She could not get her mind off Stink at the president's house, where she wasn't. Seeing all that real gold, would he get to shake the president's hand, meet the president's daughter, sit in a golden chair? Are flags allowed to talk? She asked Frank. Only if they're talking flags. That did it. There would be no living with Stink once he had been to the president's. On the bus ride home, Rocky squinted. Frank with his magic nickel. Frank snorted, wiping the drips on his sleeve. Judy pretended it was funny. Really, she was thinking Stink could be petting the president's puppy right now, this very instant. She feeling bad about herself? Yeah. When Rocky said, "I can't wait to go to Vic's," Judy grunted. The three of them half ran through leftover puddles all the way to Vic's. Rocky didn't even stop to cross through China and Japan the right way. "What's the big hurry?" she asked. "I need something," said Rocky, "but there's only one left, and I want to make sure I get it," he said. When they got to Vic's, Rocky went straight to the counter. "Over here," Rocky told them. "There's still one left." Judy stood on tiptoes to look at a box on top of the counter. Lying in the bottom was a hand. A person's hand. Judy almost screamed. Frank almost screamed too. Then they realized it was made out of rubber. "What do you think?" asked Rocky. "Rare," said Judy. "Ace," said Frank. "It looks so real. Fingernails and everything." Rocky brought the hand and 3 fireballs. "What are you going to do with your hand?" Frank asked. "I don't know," said Rocky. "I just like it." When they got to Rocky's house, Judy tried to work on her me collage, but she was not in a funniest thing ever mood. All the funny stuff that had happened to her seemed to have gotten up and left, marched right out of her brain like a line of ants from a picnic, because ants line up and run away from a picnic, so she's referring to her funniest thing ever is leaving too. Rocky showed Judy and Frank his finished collage. "Here's Thomas Jefferson in the window of my house, for where I live. I cut him out of play money." "That's good," said Frank, "for Jefferson Street. The piece of cloth is part of my sling from when I broke my arm. The worst thing ever. And here's a toilet paper roll for the TP Club, a secret club I'm in." Rocky said, glancing at Judy. "What kind of club has toilet paper?" asked Frank. "If I tell you, it won't be a secret." "Who's this?" Frank asked Rocky, pointing to a lizard. "Hyundai, my favorite pet." "And who's that guy walking through a brick wall?" Frank asked. "That's my favorite part. My mom made a copy of a picture of a real Harry Houdini from a library book." Judy touched a clump of garlic. "Are you trying to scare away vampires or something?" "That's from one time when I ate a whole thing of garlic by mistake. The funniest thing ever was that I stunk like a skunk for a week." "Like Jaws when it ate that hamburger," said Frank. "Like Stink when he takes his smelly shoes off," said Judy. "Is this you?" Frank asked. "That's me in my magician hat making a fishbowl disappear." "Too bad you can't make Stink disappear," said Judy. "Too bad I'm done," said Rocky. "It would have been really funny to put the rubber hand in my collage." That's when it happened. An idea. The funniest of all funnies. It orbited Judy's head and landed like a spaceship, the way good ideas do. "Rocky, you're a genius. Let's go to my house," Judy said, "and bring the hand." "You're not a genius," said Rocky. "Nobody's home at your house. We could get into all kinds of trouble." "Exactly," said Judy. Come on, there's a key hidden in the gutter's pipe. Did you forget something? Asked Frank. Yes, Judy said, I forgot to play a trick on Stink. Once inside, Judy raced around her house looking for the perfect spot to leave the hand, a place where Stink would be sure to find it right away. The couch, Toadie's aquarium, the refrigerator, under his pillow, the bathroom. And there they are. Where? That here. How about here? Or here. Maybe here. I've got it. Uh-oh. What do you see? A toilet. Perfect. In the downstairs bathroom, Judy lifted up the toilet seat. Just a crack and perched the hand there, its fingernails hanging over the edge. It looks real, said Rocky. This will scare the president right out of him, said Judy, for sure. Back at Rocky's, Judy, Frank, and Rocky knelt on Rocky's bed, looking out the window. Every time a car zoomed by on Jefferson Street, they yelled, It's them! Finally, Judy saw a blue van for real. Run, she yelled. They're pulling into the driveway. Stink was so excited telling Judy, Rocky, and Frank all about the president's house that Hawaii and Alaska fell off his hand. Why doesn't he go to the bathroom, thought Judy. There's a movie theater, I swear, inside the president's house, and a room with a secret door, no lie. Even a clock that tells you when it's time to take a bath, said Stink. Rare, said Judy. You need one of those. Go into the bathroom, Stink, she wished silently. As if he had heard, Stink stopped his story. Balancing his hat on his head, he walked into the bathroom and shut the door behind him. The door clicked. Mom and Dad asked Judy about the Mr. Tooth assembly, but her ears were turned to the bathroom. What's she listening for? She wants to hear if Stink gets scared about the hand that she put in the toilet. Ah! Screamed Stink. He burst out of the bathroom. Hat crashing on the floor, stars flying. Hey! Dad, Mom, there's somebody in the toilet. Judy, Moody, Rocky, and Frank Pearl fell on the floor laughing. So that is called a prank. And they sure pulled a prank on Stink, didn't they? Do you think she's going to get in trouble? We'll find out in the next chapter.